Hi. Within the previous interview, I ended off with regards to the statement of what we found with regards to free will and free choice. Wherein free will and free choice we found was actual self-demise. Was an demise that played out as a consequence within self, and that is allowed to play out as a consequence within others as self. Because within our process, the point of walking self-honest common sense, equal and one here, we realized that what I accept and allow within another, I'm actually accepting and allowing within myself. Because we realized that everything and all that exists is actually a manifested, reflected representation of ourselves. That beings, the world, existence, reflect ourselves back to ourselves. That what we accept and allow within manifests without. Within equals without. So what we exist as who we are, creates a manifested physical, real reflection of who we are. So who we are reflect who we are. And if I, for example, accept and allow a certain act within another being, justifying that it is their right to do so within the existence of free will or free choice, that what I am accepting and allowing as that act within another, I'm actually existing as. I'm actually acting upon. Maybe not in the exact same way or situation or towards beings, but in a different way or situation. And yet the essence of that act is exactly the same. But I want to continue existing as that act because I've defined myself as it. So for me to exist as it and continue existing as it, I will allow it within another, I will accept it within another and tell them it's alright, it's your right. You have free will. I have free will too. It's my right. Therefore, you allow me rights, you allow me my rights, I'll allow you your rights. We're existing within free will, so you do what you want, I'll do what I want. And that has been our greatest problem we found within existence. Because, I'll take it to an extreme. What we're actually saying within that is that, for example, let's take abusers within this world. We're actually in the principle of free will, in accepting and allowing the existence of free will, saying abusers have the right to do as they will, as they please. They have free will. And how would such an acceptance and allowance of justifying that a human being that abuses has free will, that it is their right to do so, because it is their right to do as they want, as they will, as they please. What we're saying within that and accepting and allowing it within such a human being and as an abuser, we're actually existing as abuse. So, from that perspective, where and how am I accepting and allowing self-abuse? Because if I if I accept and allow an abuser to exist in this world, justifying that it is their free will, that they have the right to do as they want, as they do as they please, it's their right, I'm accepting and allowing abuse within me and abuse towards others within my world as me. That is what we found. That is the direct relationship between accepting and allowing another their right within the justification of free will. That whatever I'm accepting and allowing within them, I'm actually doing within myself. And existing as within myself. And we found that the nature of free will is dishonesty. Always. Dishonesty. That will say others have the right to do so and so and so, because it's their free will, they can do as they want, as they please. We'll say that towards others because whatever they're doing, whatever they're existing as, whatever they're acting upon, we're actually also doing within ourselves. And we want to actually continue doing it within ourselves. That's why we hide behind free will. We hide behind it's their right. We hide behind we or they can do as they want, do and please. We hide behind that whole design manifestation of the existence of free will so we can continue existing in our self-definition of dishonesty. Continuing in deliberate acts of dishonesty while blaming others and not taking self-responsibility for ourselves, our own world, our own reality. We're constantly blaming and hiding. We blame others for how this world is existing. We're blaming others for how we're existing. But not asking the one simple question, who's here? Who's existing inside here? I am. Therefore, I'm responsible for what I experience, what I exist as, what I do, what I speak. It's all me. And that's what we found. We found that each and every single one is individually responsible for everything that they experience, speak, and do and act upon. It is not a question of free will or having a right or not having a right. It comes down to acceptance and allowance. Deliberate acceptance and allowance. It's not free will, we've realized. We've realized that we're actually accepting and allowing others to do as they want, as they do, as they please. Because we want to continue doing as we want, as we do, as we please. And we've realized that free will exists within self-interest. Again, everyone wanting to do what they want, what they do, what they please. That's why we've designed free will. To defend and protect our own self-interest, our own egos. Because I want what I want. I want to do what I want, what I'll please. I'll get whatever I want. It's all I, want, need, desire, desire, desire. It's so obvious that it's self-interest, not considering anything or anyone else, only out there to survive as one's own ego, as one's own definitions. So that's why we've completely, again, within utilizing simple self-honesty, simple common sense, walking the principle of equality and oneness, we've stopped ourselves within the accepted and allowed existence of free will. Free choice and choice in itself. Because we realize that living is not about free choice. Living is not about choice. Living is about expressing who you are here. That's not a choice. How can you choose to be who you are? It's, you either live who you are or you don't. That's not about choice. It is a simple, definitive expression that determines what you accept and allow. And we realize that within stopping the existence of free will and free choice and choice in itself within ourselves, we became the directive principle of ourselves and our reality. Meaning we no more hid or blamed behind the manifestations or existence of free choice or free will. We realized we became subject to that. We justified our own dishonesties, compromise and harm within free choice, free will and choice in itself. We weren't actually the directive principle of ourselves. We were being directed. Right. Thank you very much.